you're going to die. And the absolute most certain thing on the face of this earth is the fact that you will come to the end of your life, and it is the very thing that very few people make any provision for whatsoever. There's an insanity. There is some kind of a brain disconnect going on. There has to be some kind of a mad thing happening in the minds of people when the thing that is absolutely certain, they make no provision for whatsoever. You make provision for retirement, lay up money for years, and invest in the stock market and 401ks and all this, and get ready for your retirement because you look forward to the golden years, as you call them. They're not so golden, really. Sometimes they're not as golden as you think. You discover a lot of pains and aches you didn't know you had. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of you don't reach retirement. You make plans for it. You really do. I mean, you've worked for 30, 40 years for some company and all that, and then the day of your retirement, you drop dead. You drop dead. You see, retirement is not absolute. It's not certain. It is not certain that you'll ever retire. It's not. It is not. It is not certain that you'll retire, but it is certain that you'll die. It is absolutely, completely certain that the day is going to come when your life is going to end on this earth. Have you made preparation? Have you made preparation? Have you prepared yourself for that day? For it is coming. It is coming. And there's not one thing you can do to stop it. That day is coming. Are you ready? You say, well, now, preacher, I just don't want to think about it. Not thinking about it's not going to change anything. Denying it is not going to change it. Saying it's not going to happen except for some long time off into the future, that's not so. Teenagers die, young people die, kids die, people die in their midlife, they die at all ages. Death is no respecter of age. And that's absolutely certain that you're going to die. The Bible said it's appointed to men once to die, and then the judgment. Notice how the Bible concludes or continues on with the fact that even though that life leaves the body, it's not over. It's really just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So the Bible said it's appointed to men once to die. I ask you again. I'm going to ask you a pointed, simple question. Have you made provision? Are you ready? If you're not ready to die, you're not ready to live. You don't know anything about life until you realize where you're headed when the life leaves this body. Are you ready to die? Now, you didn't create death, and death didn't come upon you because of something you did. Death was here before you ever showed up. Death is the result of man's rebellion against God. When he sinned, he brought death into this world, and death by sin. So death passed upon all men, for all have sinned. Death is the consummation of rebellion and sin against God. It's here. It's a fact. It's something we deal with. And so, my friend, this morning, one more time, I want to ask you a question. Have you made provision for death? Are you ready? I'm not talking about your funeral. I'm not talking about if you bought you a plot and ground out here. I'm not talking about how much money you've got laid up and then you've told people what you want them to say, who's going to sing at your funeral and where they're going to do it and this and that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the moment that your soul and spirit leaves this body and you breathe no more and you have no control over it and you leave planet Earth and you are going to leave this world. Are you ready for that day?